Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the bantamweight bout for Jack Shore versus Timur Valiev. And this fight, I've been on the fence. I was really leaning to Timur Valiev up until this point, and this might be on my Where I Went Wrong video, but I just felt like I had to go with it. I think by my standards on how to lean, typically in most cases, matter of fact, it's kind of different. Like, because Timur Valiev, volume, fighters that, kind of even. The fighters going to have the higher work rate necessarily will be Valiev. A lot of times I lean to volume and work rate in a tight match like this, especially when neither guys are necessarily big finishers. So in that case, Valiev. Then Jack Shore does more with less. Valiev might be doing all these stance switches and all these weird angle punches and weird combinations, but that leaves him open and just like he got caught by he got caught twice, got knocked out, but it was turned to no contest. Then he got dropped like twice by Raoni Barcelos. So yeah, you got your pros and cons with each style, but I'm a favor. Jack Shore also puts a pretty good volume, so I feel like wrestling probably gonna neutralize out pretty well in this one. Anyone that's gonna have a lean in this wrestling department gonna be very slim, maybe one or two takedowns more, not a whole lot, and probably the takedowns that they get aren't gonna be for very long. Gonna defeat Timur Valiev, like I said, I feel like he does more. He has a bigger arsenal of tools, but it's not like necessarily like these tools are so great, but he got a lot of them, and more so you don't know what's coming at you. That's a big thing. But Jack Shore, I feel like he does more with less, and I feel like technically he's the more polished striker, the more fundamental striker. Timur Valiev is a guy that kind of, like I said, he kind of mixes it up on the fly, and definitely think he packs a little bit more power. Jack Shore has not necessarily known as a guy that's going to put you out of there necessarily on the feet, maybe on the ground after like wearing you down and tapping you out, or just position domination and this positional submission type thing. But yeah, so chance of finishing this one, not really all that great. I think it's a case where very close fight, very close fight. The fight that I was the reason why I was leaning to Valiev at first was because of the Hunter Azor fight. He went against Hunter Azor, who was a very raw fighter. Yes, a standout wrestler and standout this, standout that, but striking was very much rough. MMA experience very much green. Like a talent, got the physical attributes, got the wrestling background, submission grappling fully there yet, and he struggled with him. Split decision, potentially could have lost that one. Then going in there with another guy with high level wrestling skills, a high level grappling skills, a high level area like that where he can address Shore in the grappling, or might even potentially be able to out grapple Shore, at least in the wrestling department. And when Shore can't really go to the ground, Shore really likes to mix it to the ground. It takes away some of his tools, or at least some of his comfortability. And if you struggle that much with Hunter Azor, imagine struggling with, a guy like Timur Valiev, who's I feel better in every area than Hunter Azor. But yeah, tough matchup. But I'm gonna go with Jack Shore. I feel like he does more with less. I like that. I feel like he's more polished with his boxing. I feel like Timur Valiev will, I guess, take more risks, or at least open himself up more to try to land combinations or try to create weird angles and weird setups. But Jack Shore, being the level that he is, he's not gonna like get caught up in like looking at him. He's gonna see what he's gonna do. He's gonna let him do all the extra movement and just put himself in position for Jack Shore to land his clean counters on that. Like, let him do all the extra movement, stay clean, stay polished, land with that higher accuracy. While he, like I said, he's trying to do all these weird switch stance stuff that's going to throw him off, not going to drop his accuracy down. Yes, your volume is going up, but your accuracy is dropping because you're doing all this wild stuff. You're doing all this stuff that's just, even though if you train this stuff, it's still, when you go outside textbook, it drops your accuracy down. You're shooting these, you're doing all these weird combinations, but and Jack Shore's gonna be there, drawing those combinations out, landing cleaner boxing stuff, landing, being more persistent with his jab, more consistent with his jab, more consistent with his fundamentals, and more technical with his footwork. Ultimately, like in a tight fight like that, the thing that's gonna be more consistent is gonna prevail. Like I said, consistent, cleaner striking is gonna prevail over the unorthodoxness. And I think Jack Shore beats him in a very close decision. So in this one, I got Jack Shore via decision.